Hello, this is Sass from Copia Stars. I'm here fighting with my chair once again. It's the first thing I'm going to do when I get monetised, you know. I'm buying a new chair. Right, what is this? This is a reading. Actually, this is actually a reading for today. I'm going to have to release this one today because I ran out of time to make one yesterday ready for today. So, this is Sunday, 30th of November, last day in November. Woo! I'm suffering a little bit with a ducky shoulder blade. Started hurting last night. And there's me thinking, oh, I'll just sleep, bit of rest, they'll sort it. Good Lord, absolutely not. I can do everything as long as it's no higher than my shoulder. Like I can't lift my arm up onto a shelf to pick something out of a cupboard at the moment. So I am being a little bit limited. So hopefully my shuffling is going to be, see, it's all going to pot. Hopefully my shuffling is going to be all right. I feel like I need somebody to, like, you know, in those big massage gun things, just like attack me with one of those for about half an hour. And I think it's a knot, but we'll see. We'll see. If it hasn't gone in a few days, I'll be going and getting it looked at. So, right, what I might have to do is just do spread them and pick them out rather than do a shuffly because it's hurting the old shoulder a little bit. So let's do it like this, shall we? You know, it's good to be innovative, isn't it? I think. Okay, so Sunday the 30th of November. Spirits and angels, what have you got to tell me today for 30th of November? We have salt, which is protection and banishing negativity. Somebody feeling the effects of a miserable Mabel? We've got spring, which is rebuilding and awakening, a rebirth. And with that came out renewal, revival and progress. So we're still in this changing element, aren't we? Earth, which is peace and grounding. Oh, shouldn't have used my right arm for that one. Broom, which is energy clearing and freshening. I'm feeling a little bit like that at the moment. Asking for help and sharing burdens with the watering can. And one more, I think. Snow, which is rest and contemplation. Right, okay, so I think you've been up against it with a bit of negativity. It's funny when you have I feel like you've got like plans in the ether. I feel like you've got, you know, projects you want to start, and maybe you've told a family member that you want to do this thing and they've just put their negativity on it because they're just looking at it through their lens and they can't see your potential, because your potential is your potential. They can't see that you've done like a super amount of research and you know, you really want to start this thing, and they're like, oh, I don't know if you should, you know, oh, what if this happens, what if that happens? And I feel like that you need to ask help from the right people, not family members who only look at things through their own overthinking. That one's fitting, isn't it? Only looking at it through their narrow lens. Oh, dear me. I think you need to confide in somebody that's of the same ilk. So maybe find like an online forum for people who are in the project that you're in. I don't know what it could be. It could be crafts, it could be arts. That's where my brain usually goes because I'm a prolific crafter. It could be some kind of trades business that you want to get into, you know, like you want to be an electrician, or you want to be a plumber, or you want to start your own handyman company. Oh, gotta be careful, sorry. Or you know, you want to start your own Amazon drop ship, something like that. But you know, your family like, you'd spend that load of money, what if you didn't sell it? But they don't understand that drop shipping isn't like, you know, necessarily you owning any stock. And yeah, so you know, it could be all sorts of things. But I think what you need to do is just switch that off. Don't speak to people that aren't aligned with you. You need to kind of surround yourself with people that do this. So maybe you could find like a Reddit subreddit for people that do this line of work, whether it's, like I say, any of those things. You know, you could look up an r/ and see what comes up. You know, just Google it. That's usually the first place to go, isn't it? You know, how do I start this business? And maybe YouTube, you know, really helpful. So you'd be asking for price, because you are rebuilding. You are having this awakening. You are deciding that, you know, you've been stuck in this rut for long enough, and you really need to kind of clear out the energy, and you need to set yourself some new intentions. It's this time of year, isn't it? You know, we're coming up to New Year, aren't we, where, you know, all the new intention settings happen and everybody wants to make their wonderful resolutions and things. But you're getting ahead of the game, I feel. Yeah, don't be desperate with it. You know, it'll all happen when it's meant to happen. You will need to sort of grasp a bit of inner strength here, because this naysaying family and friends are tiring you out. They are tiring you out. Yeah, look. Now, don't mind the gender of that card. Like, feminine energy is just finding you. Like, it's digging deep. Masculine energy is this is how I see it anyway. A masculine energy is a little bit more impulsive, a bit more like, well, let's have a go, you know, and do it, and no fear, no consequence, no evaluation. Whereas feminine energy worries about all of the aspects, and they go at it with love, and they go out with passion. And if they feel like the gut tells them it's the right thing to do, this is gut instinct all over. Good news is coming. So, you know, this could be a windfall to help you start your project. This could be some grant funding that you've applied for. This could be somebody coming to you going, oh, I've heard you want to do this. I'd really love some help. Excuse me, having a little snifter of my coffee. So nurturing, there's a lot of self-nurturing here. Rest and contemplation. This is you looking after yourself. A bit of self-care. So like when it feels like it's all a bit much, just go and you know, have a little meditate, have a little think about what your plans are, how you would deal with people. Don't deal on impulse. I think, you know, some people might come and say and be all negative and that, and your initial reaction is defend. Just be like, thanks, and then go away and think about what they've said, and think about where that's come from. You know, because if you know the person, you know that they might be risk averse. They might have been burned. They might have invested in some weird cryptocurrency and lost it all. So they're coming at it with this caution and this fear. But your situation is different. It's just that they are likening that to their failures. You're having an awakening, you know, the rebuild awakening. You're having this twice. You've definitely reached a point of your life where it's like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to take a chance. And here's your gamble card. I mean, I'm not saying to you now go and put your life savings on the line. But I am saying get out of your comfort zone a bit, yeah? We all need to do it sometimes. Says she trying to get out of her job, yeah. Yeah. There's a bit of heartbreak because, now that isn't necessarily a bad card. I think it looks bad, but I think actually there's things that are keeping you down. And I think they're so weighed in on you that, what's on the bottom of the deck? Hopeful. Okay, that's good. I think there's that kind of, you feel like you need to break away. And even though like it's a discomfort, sometimes there's a comfort in discomfort, and you become so ingrained in the things that are actually doing you a bit of toxic, I can't get my words out. I think if it was done with abuse, it would be Stockholm Syndrome. You know, there's that kind of like, oh God, you know, I've been here for so long, I've done the same thing. Like, what if I fail? What if I can't make the money? What if I can't pay my bills? There's this kind of heartbreak that if you leave this, it's safe at the moment. It's safe. It's boring. You hate it. It's not doing you any good. It's progressively gotten worse over the time period that you started feeling this way. But there's this element of, oh, but it pays the bills. You know, I get it every month. Da, 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 but it's not doing you any good. Yeah. So that's where the heartbreak is. You know, even when you walk away from an abusive relationship, you still grieve that loss. You know, because even though it was horrendous and it was, you know, terribly bad for you, it was still your life. You know. So emotions are running high. Yeah, that'll break in with a heartbreak, won't it? You know, you kind of, you're energetically affected by this project. Now, quite a few came out there, but that one actually flew out. So I'm just getting to know these herbery cards. The emotions are running high, supermoon. Let me just see what that is. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if there's anything in there. I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? You're probably feeling all kinds of emotions at the moment. You're probably feeling a bit scared, a bit worried, a bit excited. I just think there's an awful lot of, just an awful lot of feelings that you're dealing with, you know. Okay, so this card suggests that in the answer to whatever you're asking for, that it's written large and like in a silvery full moon set against the velvety sky. If you're wondering how successful something's going to be, such as a job or relationship, the answer is very. To use a common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy, and that you can tune into work with, bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome. This card comes up, it's all good, but you may find that it's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so you must take action. Attune to the moon. Success is close. I must trust. You can say that to yourself, to the moon. Success is close. I must trust. And it also means like a resolution to any question is closer than you may think. Don't ignore the obvious. Something exciting lies ahead. And make sure you don't blow events out of proportion. And speak to the goddess. Ask her for assistance. You know, get in touch with your feminine energy. I think there's a lot to be said in asking the universe for what you need, and it will provide. You know, you've got to imagine that you've already got it. I find this one exceptionally difficult to do. Right, so oats, just be oats, just be oats. Shh, 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 are murmurs as you run your hands over her tops. Shh, 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 she says as the wind picks up, trying to ruffle Oat's ever-present calm. If the breeze continues, she'll gently chide, chee, chee, chee. And that's the reaction you'll get as she rubs shoulders with her sisters, laughing quietly and murmuring that all really is well, despite what the wind and the radio waves or the internet has to say. When you slip into stress, Oat smiles gently and runs her fingers through your hair. Stop grappling endlessly with your thoughts, she whispers. Soften to the wind, be open to the sky, and ground yourself in earth to know the truth of one precious moment. Now you've got earth and peace and grounding there as well. So that was meant to pop out, wasn't it? Okay? So yeah, don't let the world, you know, flash by and set you afire, basically. Let's find you a lucky number, shall we? Ooh, there's a few cards that I'm trying to get out. Lucky numbers. The shuffling a bit funny. Right, let's try that one. Oh, 666, which is reflect. Love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, self-love. Several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. There is a chance you can reevaluate your identity. So you need a mental shift towards greater optimism, self-assurance, and trust. So put your faith in your gut and your inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings. Emotions are running high. Oh, I shouldn't have done that on my shoulder. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. So my takeaway with this is don't listen to your family and friends, particularly unless there's like a, you know, a warning about your safety. If they put a negative spin on anything you want to try, you have to blank it out. You have to ground yourself and have the confidence to understand that you need to try these things, you know. And they say, you know, what if I fail? But what if you fly? Your success is supposedly coming in June. So you've got time, but you do need to get to work, basically, because 6 months to start a project is, 7 months, isn't it? You know, it's not long, is it, really? Okay. Actually, it is 6 months, isn't it? Because end of May is, that's 5, and December, 6 months. So it's a good goal, and it actually gives you a lot of, you know now, you've got 6 months, you need to get to work. And that's me telling you off, get to work. Dog close-up. Pleasure with a close friend. Well, they do say to rest and contemplate. So, you know, resting with her and sharing your burdens. You know, it is important to find some time for you. Gong, an exciting event. There you go. God knows what that's going to be. It could be a Christmas party. Unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. I'm going to leave that there. I think that's an absolutely beautiful reading. Go for it. Start planning now. Yeah. And if you get any time off between Christmas and New Year, use it. Use it for researching. Use it for busying yourself. If you're going to start yourself up a nice YouTube channel, get some content made. Get your shorts all lined up. Do your scheduling. You know, it's just brilliant. This is just brilliant reading, and it's just full of really great advice. Don't listen to the trash. Just follow your goals and get out your comfort zone. Thank you so much for being with me. I really appreciate it. This is a general reading, so do, you know, take what resonates and leave the rest. I would really love it for you to subscribe. If you would like to share, comment, leave little emojis in the comments. Let's go with feathers at the moment. I haven't got my Christmas decorations up yet. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.